Are you familiar with this? Most sellers, they focus primarily on their core market. For many, that's Amazon US. For others, it's Amazon DE. And some, they focus on the UK. Nevertheless, there are many other marketplaces where billions in sales are made. If you're not yet advertising on these marketplaces, in my personal experience, you're missing out on 10 to 20% of potential sales, and some even significantly more. Hi, my name is Peter. I made over $5 million in royalties by selling books on Amazon. I'm personally mainly active in the US market, but I have been running advertisements on other Amazon marketplaces for years to get the most out of my products. Today, I'm back with Gerald, our Amazon ads expert, and we will be talking about how you can get the most out of your products with multi-marketplace advertising.
Hey guys, welcome to this video. This video is called Multi-Marketplace Advertising, Unlocking Hidden Revenue in International Markets. And we are going to be tackling a hidden opportunity, an opportunity most people are not taking advantage of, because whenever I go into an ads dashboard, I see most people rejecting any other marketplace that is not the US. You simply look over it, you don't pay much attention to it, but you may be missing out on a very strong part of your income by not running ads actively to these marketplaces. I will now teach you in this video a simple strategy you can use to start making more money from other marketplaces and taking the most from those sleeper markets, right? Most people ignore these marketplaces, but I love these marketplaces and I love making the best of the opportunity that exists inside of them. So you might know that if you have English titles, you're probably running ads to the US, the UK, Canada, and Australia. At least I hope you do. I think most people have that covered. And I still know some people that even that they don't do. So definitely get into UK, Canada, and Australia. But you may be missing out on a giant market, which is Germany. Germany is a huge market. For many of my books, it's become my best market, or second best, at least outside of the US. So Germany is a great market place to be in. France also is. We also have Netherlands and other marketplaces that are very good. But I think that most people are missing out on Germany, France, maybe Netherlands as well. And the goal of this book is for you to capture net profit from territories where your books have organic demand, but zero visibility, or where you have little ads started, but you're not really doubling down on what's working. And we will get to that in a second. So first, I want to introduce to you the phase one of making money in other marketplaces, the discovery layer, I would like to call it. And for this, what I like to do is activate whole marketplace lottery ads. Lottery ads is something that I've been talking about for the last 2 years, 3 years, since 2023. I actually made my first video on this on 2022 on a different channel, marketplace, etc. But over the years, it's just become better and better, right? So this is an ad that is a very simple ad. It's an automatic ad where you put in all of your ASINs in a different marketplace and you just set extremely low bids for your 4 automatic targets. So when you run an automatic ad, you have close targeting, loose, complements, and substitutes. So you just activate all 4 of them. You leave there a bid of 11 cents, maybe 16 cents. I like to do 11 for all other marketplaces or their equivalents in their currency, and just leave that running for 2 to 4 weeks. And that's all you need to do. This is discovery phase. You just activate those ads in every marketplace you have access to, and you leave them running. We are not looking for profit yet. We are just mining data. We want to see which books naturally catch a little bit of fire, a little bit of kindling in any possible region, right? Let me show you how that looks like. So let's pretend that I want to run ads in Germany, because I haven't run ads in Germany before. So I just make sure that I click on this and I choose Germany as the country that I want to run ads on. After I click on campaigns, then I go to Germany, and then I click on sponsor products because I want to activate this lottery campaign. What you can do here then is type in lottery automatic DE for Germany, and you can put in 0.11 as your bid. And this would be the name of your automatic lottery campaign for all of Germany. And here you would click on enter list, and on the right side, you will have a list of all of your ASINs, and you can just click add all. Or maybe the add all option comes here on the left. I am right now in a different kind of Amazon ad account called a vendor account, where I don't see the ASINs, but it doesn't matter. You just click all of your ASINs. Or if you have your ASINs on a different list, you just copy and paste hundreds of ASINs in. I will now show you a lottery campaign, how it looks like in the end. This is how it will end up looking like. And as you can see here, I have 140 ASINs. So you can just add in as many ASINs as you want into this campaign. There's no problem, right? Obviously, the limit of ASINs per campaign is 1,000. So if you have over 1,000 ASINs, then you have to wait. And then just create one campaign with the first 1,000 and then the next 1,000 ASINs on a different campaign, right? But in case you don't have that, you just add all of your ASINs here. You will click on automatic targeting. You will set a default bid of 11 cents or up to 16 cents. I will try dynamic bids down only. In the beginning, you want to try this because it's a very conservative way to approach your ads, especially when you're running a very low cost discovery phase style of ad like this one. You want to forget about bid adjustments for now, and you can just click on your name here and just copy and paste it down here, and maybe add a daily budget of $20, and there you can just click to choose to launch your campaigns, and that will be it. In the course of a few weeks, you can fast forward here, and I have here a campaign. If I click on last 30 days, you will be able to see I created this lottery campaign right around here. It started spending 60 cents, and as the days went by, I am now spending up to $100 a day on this campaign. It's quite massive. Granted, my bid here is a bit higher. It's 16 cents. This is not always going to be the case. In the majority of cases, your lottery main marketplace lottery campaign is going to only spend maybe $5 to $10 a day, and that's fine. All you want to do when you activate a campaign like this is go and check on it later on, because here inside of this part here, you will find very valuable information that we can come back to later on. But that is phase number one. Phase number one is simply creating the campaign, waiting 2 to 4 weeks, and coming back later. Then we go into phase number two, which is selection and isolation, which is where we review data from phase one. We identify the books that generated the most sales, and we move this into individual campaigns where we're only targeting those books. We move into single ASIN campaigns. So a lottery ad is a multi-ASIN campaign where you're using one campaign to target a lot of ASINs at the same time. Once you've found the best ASINs that are getting the most sales and ideally at low ACOSs, then we take them and we activate individual campaigns for them. We do not waste time translating keywords for books. At this moment, this is not necessary. Only what we want is to see which books are selling and which books don't sell. So in order to do this, we go back to our lottery campaign here. And in our lottery campaign, you will see last 30 days, you want to filter by orders, and you can see which books have sold the most. For instance, I have this book that had, it's an ebook that sold 62 copies and had a 52% ACOS. So then I know that this book is the one selling the most right now out of all of them. Then I have one at 60 sales, 41, 40, 37, 29, 25, right? But I can start then a single ASIN ad. So I can take this book, whatever it is, I can take that book and I can activate one campaign just for that book, right? I can isolate the book and activate individual campaigns. We don't waste time again translating keywords for every single book, activating campaigns for every single book individually. Instead, we only do this for the books that have sold well on the lottery phase. Now, when you're creating the single ASIN campaigns for this book, you might say, well, Gerald, I don't speak German, I don't speak French. Doesn't matter, you have ChatGPT. So you can go into ChatGPT and you can ask ChatGPT to give you English keywords and to give you also native keywords. So for instance, if I'm running a book, ads for a book in Germany, and this book is in English, I am going to ask ChatGPT for both English and German keywords, and I'm going to group them all into a single campaign, right? For this type of campaign, you want to go with broad matches and low bids. If you're doing product campaign, you want to also do product expanded, and the bid should be low, right? This way, when you're activating the campaigns, you are making sure that you are being as wide reach as possible while also having very low bids. This will give you a little bit of a buffer so that you can start running this and it will not go immediately into loss. You can get some sales here and there. You can go slowly without ever approaching losses, right? Or getting minimal losses. The great problem I see with people running ads in different marketplaces is that when they do it, it's a big problem because they are running ads with very high bids, like 80 cents, 90 cents, $1. And those high bids in marketplaces that is not the US can be very dangerous. They can make you spend a lot of money and your ACOS goes all the way up, especially in marketplaces where the conversion rate is low. Like Spain, for instance, has generally a low conversion rate, even for Spanish books, right? So you are expected to see a conversion rate not of 1 click, 5 clicks to one sale, but maybe 20 clicks to one sale, right? The Spanish conversion rate is much lower. People like to shop around more before they make a purchase. So you cannot go with high bids initially for everything. You need to go with smaller bids and then kind of like find the sweet spot for each marketplace. And this is why once you've singled out your book and you're activating individual campaigns, you can use ChatGPT to give you keywords. I like asking ChatGPT for two types of keywords: single word keywords, like for instance, book, romance, novel, cookbook, guidebook, how to, beginners, meditation, like whatever your book is about. Just ask ChatGPT to give you a list of 100 single word keywords that can be relevant to your book, right? And to make sure that this list includes both English and German words, in case your book is an English book being targeted in Germany, or if you have a German book and you're selling it to Germany, well, just make sure you use mostly German words. You can also use English words. I always try to mix in a little bit of English into campaigns where I do them in other countries either way, because there are so many English speakers everywhere. But always use the native language, and also English would be my suggestion. For Canada, for instance, you want to use English, but also French, right? And yeah, so on and so forth. So guys, this is the way we overcome the language barriers. It's super easy. Just ask ChatGPT. And then finally, we get into phase number 4, which is scaling and precision, right? So once we've put the book into a different campaign, into a single ASIN campaign, we can start to raise bids incrementally if something takes off. Let me show you an example of it. So following this structure, I was able to create this type of campaign after singling out books that worked, right? And this is a very small product expanded campaign. As you can see, we only have 5 targets here, and I'm running at 6% ACOS. So this is super good. So what I can do here is simply just select all and just increase the bids of everything by maybe 3 cents. But in particular, I see that 2 targets are selling super well, right? One has 6% ACOS, the other one has 4.93. So maybe I can give this a little extra boost and put this one at 23 cents and this one also at 23 cents. If this continues doing well, this is a product expanded campaign. If this continues doing well, I might as well just activate a product exact campaign later on. So I'm refining. The more time that I spend on the campaigns, the more data I have, the more I can refine towards moving from a product expanded to a product exact, and moving from a keyword broad or keyword phrase to a keyword exact. Granted, I do not like exact campaigns. There is a big misconception in the Amazon ads world that the goal is always to go for exact campaigns and product exacts. This is a very rookie mistake that I see inside of the Amazon ads world. If this is your whole entire vision of how Amazon ads is supposed to be, take the exact campaigns, take the exact search terms that work and running them in exact campaigns, and that's the way to scale, you're very mistaken. This maybe worked in 2018 or maybe before. Actually, ads launched, I think, 2018, so never mind. They actually launched, I think, late 2017 or early 2018, something like that. I forgot. I was there during that time. But anyways, this is not always the case. In the majority of cases, scaling to exact terms is actually not a good idea unless you are in a very small niche where you have little competition, which is basically not the case anymore for most niches. So I don't recommend only aiming for exact campaigns. Still go for them. Still try to find helium 10 keywords if you can, that you can do exact match to. But in reality and in practice, you will see more success going with broad approaches. Anyways, eventually the result is to go from lotteries into individual ASIN campaigns, ideally broad targeting or product expanded targeting, raising bids continuously. If you get the chance to also turn it into an exact campaign, but it's not necessary. And you can move from a passive lottery income to an aggressive market dominance in this manner. This is the way that I recommend going into international markets, and I hope this video helped you. Thank you so much.